This session is for Atmega 328P based development board with ICP and JTAG connector. And similarly, these are two actually microcontrollers. For those who are joining her now, this project is just two microcontrollers, and you just have to place some male headers, female headers, and some connectors, so that you can actually use this controller for the some development, some programming, or something like this. And the two PDF files I have shared over here, they are quite enough. Those who are in the class at present, they are like 6 or 7 students. Kindly go through these PDF files, they are shared over here. Yes, beta, it is being recorded. Don't worry on this one, it is being recorded. The session is being recorded by the screen grab and everything. So it is being recorded. Since you are just first year students, so I'm not going to go in very much detail about this thing. So the PDF files which I have shared over here with you, there are two projects for which this meeting is called for. There are some groups which are doing project serial number 8, which is exactly Atmega 328P based development board with ICP. ICP stands for in circuit programming, and JTAG is a universal coding also. That is something else I'm not going to go in that detail. Okay? So it's not about microcontroller, it's something that you have to solder a microcontroller on a board, and since every microcontroller has some pins, and each one of those pins are actually going to be doing something. So if supposingly, let me just share my screen over here with you also, for those who are joining now. Please, just like 6 are there, there should be like 10 students over here in this one. I hope everyone is here. Please kindly go through those PDF files I have shared in the conversation window. Then I will just take 2-3 minutes while for going on through them, and then we can have a small introduction about this project, whatever this project is and how it has to be done. One thing very important about this project, you will complete the PCB in approximately 1 week's time. We will have a look at it in another meeting, and then afterwards next week, and then we will have we will give you again a time of like 3-4 days, or maybe more than that, depending upon the errors in your PCB, and then we will finalize this PCB. And then afterwards, before your university starts in something September, hopefully, then we will make this also physically. Okay, I will give you 2 or 3 companies from where you can actually get this done. I'm not going to ask you to physically do it, because this is a 2-layer PCB, and making a 2-layer PCB is a little difficult one because of the vias and all that stuff which you have already know. So we will be doing it from Hall Road or some other supplier, and then afterwards when the university opens, then we will do that soldering in the university, and then at the end of this semester you will be submitting this project. This project is very important from the lab point of view, and those of you who are still lagging behind, and those who have maybe not submitted some assignment on time, or those who even have been copied, this project can be a very good chance for you to actually make up for it. Because if some project is very good and you have done some very good designing, the size is also minimal, the project is also good, and then you have something the PCB design, but PCB is certainly dependent upon the manufacturing facility, but if the soldering is also good and that project works, whatever, then certainly we can land you in some good grade, because this is actually the full and final thing about this lab. Whatever we have done, the soldering, the designing, single layer, 2-layer, whatever up to now. Okay, I hope everyone has gone through his her this Atmega 128 and Atmega 328P over here. So the first thing first, if I have, let me just open the other one, the smaller one over here, the 8 one. Okay, now what is this one? So I hope everyone is having this file open at Mega 328p. Those who are with at Mega 128, you can also listen this one because the ICs are different, otherwise everything is the same. Now, if you see this one, I hope everyone is having the screen share with you, and I am showing this one. This is a small IC. Okay? This IC is a TQFP packaging, and TQFP packaging means thin quad flat pack, which means this is just like a IC close to the bed, thin quad, which means on all four sides, and flat, it is just flat with the horizontal PCB, and then pack the name of the total package over here. That is actually TQFP packaging. Now you can see in this package over here, this IC, you have 32 pins on all total sides. You can see in this share I have done this, and 8 pins are on each side over here, and certainly the work that those pins do, they are also written over here. Now what you are seeing over here, if you see from pin number 1 to pin number 8, pin number 3, pin number 4, pin number 5 and pin number 6, they are ground and VCC respectively. Now you have to connect them with some supply, and this controller can work at 5 volts, so certainly you are going to use the SMD regulator, that is 78M05, which you have used in your previous PCBs also. So that is not shown in the circuit diagram, but that is already known to you because you have to give VCC and ground. So certainly a block connector, and from that block connector there will be a 78M05, and you are going to do it. Now if you see the pin number 2, pin number 1, pin number 32, pin number 31 and pin number 30, there is PD0, PD1, PD2, PD3, PD4, and then there is PD5, 6 and 7 at pin number 9, 10 and 11. Okay, I hope everyone can have a look at this one, pin number 9, 10, 11 over here. Now what you have to do, since they are very far apart from each other, 0, 1, 2 are here, 3 and 4 are here, 5, 6, 7 are here. Now whenever you are doing something in programming, you are always having them in such a way that you require all of those 8 pins. Yes beta, this lecture is being recorded, so don't worry. Okay? So when you require all of these 8 pins close to each other as a male header. So what you have to do, you have to take all of these pins from this one, and you have to bring it to the male header over here. So this means that will be 8 pin male header over here, and with that 8 pin male header you are also going to put a female header. So this means actually, if I show you what I am actually trying to do, I hope everyone can have a look at this one. So if you are bringing PD0, PD1, PD2, PD3, PD4, PD5, PD6, PD7, so this is PD7, port D7, that actually is the abbreviation. So you will place a male header over here, certainly 8 pins over here, and just a little bit distance. I'm not going to give you that distance value, maybe you can call it like 2, 3 mm, 4 mm as a maximum. So another male header, and instead of that male header you are going to put a female header over there, because and this will be a male header. They both occupy the same space, so you can use the same male header connection. Sorry. So you will be having this one like this placed over there on your PCB. So this is from port D0 to port D7. So 8 bits of data. Now whenever this project will be complete and you have that controller there and you want to use those 8 pins, those 8 pins are now intact and they are at one place. Now you can, from this 8 pins, you can connect it to some dot matrix or to some microcontroller, another one, or maybe to a yellow dot matrix or something. But if they are very far apart, then you are going to have single wires coming on from it. So the main objective of actually using this is this, that you are going to make all of the pins. Certainly this is port D, this is port C, and then if I go back over here, this is TOSC1 and TOSC. This is just the name, so don't confuse yourself, because over here you have port B. Now what does port B do? Port B are going to have a male and female, but port B also has TOSC1 and TOSC. This is actually the oscillator pin, TOSC1 and TOSC2. So this means from these two pins you are going to connect a male header 2 pin and a female header also 2 pin by the same schematic. So this means these two pins, TOSC2 or TOSC1, and you will connect a male header here, and then a little distance apart you will connect two female headers over here. Okay. Okay, now port B, same thing, 8 pins, this one and these 8 male female header pins, and then these are the timer pins. Now port B also has the same one, so which are port P0, B1. You can see this is PB0, this is PB1, PB2, PB3, PB4, and certainly if you see over here this is PB6, PB7. But apart from those port pins, there are also some other timer pins, or timer, or OCOA or OCOB. Their names are written over here, you can see. So you have to attach so you have to attach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a 7-pin female header and a 7-pin male header, and connect those pins with these ones separately. Okay? So OC0A, OC0B, ICP1. ICP1, what is ICP1? That is PB0. So you have to connect them in series with 7-pin male header and 7-pin female header over here. Similarly, you are going to put male header and female headers for VCC, A reference and ground. And then if you go above over here, you are putting a block connector for VCC, AVCC and ground. Okay? VCC and AVCC, they both are different things. As you can see over here, where there is VCC, AVCC is different over there. So you will give a different supply over there, or different block connector over there. Then TXT stands for transmitter, RXT stands for receiver, int0 and int1 are interrupt pins. They are just different types of pins. The only thing you have to do is to place an Atmega 328P microcontroller in the center. This will be on the top layer. This is very important. This will be on the top layer, and you will connect male headers and female headers on all 4 sides over there. By which I mean, I will come back to questions, don't worry, I have a lot amount of. So what you will be having, your PCB supposedly is a square shape. Okay? This is very important. Okay, don't worry. So if you have something, a square shaped PCB, in the center you are going to place that microcontroller, which has all of its 8 legs on all sides over there. And supposedly you are going to place that male header and female header here. This is for port D. Then here this is another male header and female header, maybe for some other port C, and then you have another here for the timers that will be connected over here. Then you will have another male header and female header. So wherever there is a male header, there is also a female header, just a little distance apart, not very close. Okay, this is very important. And apart, so this whole PCB is just like a development board. Okay. So this is just like a development board in which the microcontroller, certainly there will be some block connector, you will give VCC and ground over here, and here this will be a 7 at M05, and you will give supply to wherever there is VCC and ground. So here on all 4 sides of this PCB, I am not answering, just wait, I guess there is some, yes, I have added. Actually students are getting late, otherwise everyone is here. So you are making a development board over here. So you have arranged all the male headers and female headers and their connections over here. One thing very important over here, female headers. This is very important thing, that female headers, they can only be placed on the top layer. They can be only be placed on the top layer and soldered on the bottom layer. So you have to make this one, that all the female headers, whatever, if this is the female header, female header, female header, female header, so whatever female headers they are using, you are placing them on the top. All the male headers and female headers, they will be placed on the top layer. So you have to do that routing and try to make this device concise. Okay? The point over here is it is concise. Some additional things over here, as you can see over here, there is a small reset SMD button over here, this one. Okay? This will be connected with PC6 pin. This is pin number 29, PC6 pin over here. So whoever wants to use this PC6 reset button, you are going to put one pin connected with PC6, and the reset pin is going to be connected with this circuitry as you are seeing it over there. Now if you see this one very carefully, you have a 10 kilo ohm resistance, and then you have a 100 nanofarad capacitor, and that there is a reset pin. So this means that from this reset pin or from this capacitor, the supply is going to be given to this PC6 over here, and this switch is actually at this point over here, as you can see this one. Now the library of this reset SMD button I will share as this goes in the next week or whatever, but meanwhile whatever you are going to place every resistor and capacitor as SMD over here. This is very important. 10 kilo ohms or 100 nanofarad, you are going to place it over there. And one thing very important, as you can see over here, each cluster of pins should have as required male pins and female header. So over here, if this is port B, these are 8 pins. So you have 8 pins of the male header, and just a little distance apart, as I have shown over here, you will have female header pins. It has to be aesthetically also good. It should not be like this, एक male header यहाँ लगा है, female header यहाँ लगा है, and then another one here. It should be arranged in all the 360 degrees, whatever you have done. Yes, size is important. It should be as small as possible, and it should be in 2 layers, and all the female and the male headers, they should be placed on the top layer and soldered on the bottom layer. Okay, this is very, very important. So this is ATmega 328P circuit diagram. Now last thing about this one, you have to connect a similar this one. If you have gone through the miscellaneous connector library, instead of just the miscellaneous connector library, you always find this male header. This is single row. If you have 2 rows, if you have seen this thing, I hope everyone has gone through this one. This is the programming pin. This is the 6th pin is the programming pin, and this is available in the LTM easily over there. This is 6x2 over there because there are 6 pins over there, and these connections are also written over there. This is MISO. MISO is multiple input and master in slave out over there, and if you just see over there, there is MISO over here. So PB4 also does the work of MISO. PB3 also does the work of MOSI. That is master out slave in. So don't go in that detail. That's why I've given the circuit diagram. So you just have to connect this pin number 1 with PB4. You have to connect this pin number over here. This is the sequence of actually doing is this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. So 6th number pin is connected with ground. 5th number pin is connected with reset. So this means from here to here, you are going to connect it with this pin PC6, which is also connected at this capacitor and resistor node junction. Okay, so this is ATmega 328P circuit diagram. So this is a development board. Same procedure goes on for ATmega 128 over there. Nothing changed. The only thing over here is this, that this IC is actually a 64 pin. So you have 16 pins on one side, and again this is a TQFP packaging. Now which package to use for ATmega 128 and which package to use for ATmega 328P, I will post them on the MS Teams over there. Kindly do not do any exploration on this one, because last year there was a problem and some of them used some other packaging and then it was a very difficult one. So I will tell which packaging to use for ATmega 128, and I will tell that which packaging to use for ATmega 328P. This packaging. Rest male headers, block connectors, and reset SMD button will be told by me. Rest of them you are already familiar. It is just how you are going to manage your circuit connections over here. ATmega 128P is a big one, and it has multiple works that can be done. As you can see over here, this is the reset SMD button, and the same reset circuitry which is given in this circuitry will be used over here. This is very important. So again here this time you are going to have the 6 pin. This Atmega 128 has a 6 pin programming pin, and this is also 10 pin JTAG pin. And here TCK, what is TCK? If you just explore on this one, there is TCK also written over here. Let me just find it out. Yes, okay. This is PF4 is TCK, PF5 is TMS, PF6 port F6 is TDO, PF7 is TDI. So you can see you have all. And what is VTG? VTG is the same as VCC. Okay, don't confuse yourself. VTG we actually means over here V target. So V target and VCC, they are actually the same thing. So you have this over here. So nothing fancy about this too. Nothing over here. You just have to design it. Certainly the size of Atmega 128 project will be a little larger because it has the IC a bit larger. It has 64 pins, and as far as one Atmega 328P is concerned, this one is very small, and it should be at least the size of your palm. Okay, those who are doing Atmega 328P, it should not be more than the size of your palm. Okay, coming on to your questions. If anyone has asked any questions over here, no beta, you don't have IC का footprint मैं आपको दूंगा. Don't worry on this one. IC footprint will be given to you. Okay. Any questions over here by the audience? Please ask now. You have the files over here. I have shared Atmega 128 and Atmega 328P over here. Better 3 mail headers मैंने जो आपको दिखाए हैं. When if you are seeing this, what are 3 mail headers? ये सिर्फ मैंने दिखाने के लिए यूज किए हैं आपको. यहाँ पे इसका मतलब ये नहीं है. If you are seeing the shared screen at present, here this is port B0 to B7. What this means कि B0 भी एक पिन है जो कि आपको नजर आ रही है यहाँ पे, जिसको मैं हाईलाइट कर रहा हूँ. PB0, PB1, PB2, PB3, PB4, PB5, PB6 and PB7. आपने इन 7 पिन्स को 7 पिन मेल हेडर के साथ कनेक्ट करना है. यहाँ सिर्फ 3 दिखाने का मकसद ये है कि आपने यहाँ पे एक मेल हेडर यूज करना है. ठीक है. सो डोंट गेट थिंक कि आपने को 7 पिन्स को 3 में कनेक्ट करना है. नथिंग लाइक दैट. इट्स जस्ट you are going to make a development board. So you are making something like this, that you have to arrange all the ports or whatever here in this side. Okay, and it has to be male and female both. Okay, it has to be male and female both. Okay. I don't know, this one roll number 183, you are coming and exiting again and again. Please have some good internet connection if there is some issue on that side. Any other question? So I hope this is okay. To whatever the groups who are doing over here, those 10 students, you have to just, I will provide most probably by today evening, I will provide the footprint of Atmega 128, and I also will provide the footprint of Atmega 328P. In fact, I will share the screenshots of the library and all that, whatever you have to use, and then you can start on. Now, one thing very important, you have been made in groups so that you can actually just submit one design per group. Okay, this is very important. If there are 2 merchants per each group, this does not mean that you have to submit 2 designs. You have to submit 1 design. Now you are far apart from each other but still connected by the internet, so I hope if you are 2 persons per in each group, you can still work. Maybe one of them can define the nets and other one can actually connect them, and then you can do the auto routing and all that stuff over there. So just 1 design. We will give you the share link, and in 1 week's time at least this should be complete. And then the next meeting, next time, we will discuss the problems. Okay, we will discuss the problems that are in your PCBs, and then we will again give a time span of like maybe 3 or 4 days, and then by that time, after constant remediation, we will arrive at the final design. And then when the university opens, you will have to make this PCB maybe from Hall Road or something. We will order it before the university opens, and when the university opens, we will have this fabricated and soldered in the university. Okay. But the purpose of actually connecting both and female headers is this, because if let me just tell you, male and female Arduino wires. Every time whenever you have if you can see this share over here, what I'm actually talking about, this wire. Sometimes you want to connect the male end, sometimes you want to connect the female end. So that's why I'm giving the leverage in this development board that you have the option. Sometimes you want to connect a wire that can go inside the female pin. Sometimes you want to connect the male pin, so that's why you will require something different over there. So that's why I'm just sharing this. Yes, you have to control the regulator. You have to have the regulator. You have to include 78M05 for 5 VCC pin. 78M05 for 5 volt regulator with a capacitor. Then let me just write it down. 78M05 for 5 volt regulator with 100 nanofarad and 47 microfarad SMD capacitor. This is very important. You have to use it. Okay? Both of these projects, ATmega 128 and ATmega 328, they both have to have the 78M05. So this means एक second beta, where will we give the A reference? A reference will be given by an external male header and female header pin. This is actually the ADC reference. So whoever is using that board and you are doing some work over there, so that A reference will be connected by some jumper wire, maybe to VCC or maybe to some external voltage. Okay? So that's why with every male pin we are giving a female pin, so maybe you can just crisscross or whatever. Okay, OCO0A and PC, sorry, let me just read out the question again. OC0A and PD6 are same pins. If you are referring to, I don't know which project you are referring to, but OC0, I think so you are referring to 328. Okay, 328 project. OC06 and PD6. Where is PD6? Yes beta, OC0A and PD6, they are the same thing. As you can see over here, OC0A and PD6, they both are the same thing. So if you are talking about port D pins अलग से होंगी यहाँ पे, ठीक है, लेकिन जहाँ पे आपके पास OC0A लिखना होगा वहां से एक और वायर निकल रही होगी. तो अब यहाँ पे डिपेंड करता है कि आप जब पीसीबी बना रहे हो, how you are going to give what net name. Either give it OC0A, either name it PD6, but since the circuit diagram is in front of you कि OCOA is actually PD6, so आप उसको वहां पे एक ही नाम दो नेट का, ठीक है. So it's totally up to you. जी बिल्कुल बेटा, ground, VCC, AVCC, these are 3 pins, so 3 separate block connectors. But remember, there will be 78M05, so there will be a VCC whose supply will be in the block connector, and then afterward there will be a ground which will be with the block connector, and then there will be a 78M05 which will be supplying 5 volt, and that 5 volt will be connected with the microcontroller. This is very important. ठीक है जी, any questions जी, any questions further? I just have to give to this group the AVCC is the beta the analog to voltage digital converter, AVCC, the power supply of that analog to digital converter in this controller over there. So again, AVCC, VCC and all that, they are going to be connected with the male pins and overlay. So you can see VCC, AVCC and ground, they are going to be connected with externally the block connector over there. So you are going to leave it for the whoever is using that development board over there. Ji beta, any questions for this one? Okay, I will upload the footprint. Use that only specific footprint from the LTM. They are available in the LTM. The ATmega 328P and ATmega 12816AU, and you just have to place this male headers and female headers over here so that you can have the. देखो बेटा, VCC is connected with VCC is actually 5 volt. and that is connected with 78M05. Okay, because 78M05 is supplying the controller 5 volts over here, and with AVCC it will directly go to the block connector. Okay, and ground will be connected with the regulator plus the block connector. So I hope this is now clear. Okay, AVCC will be connected with the block connector over there. Okay, so both of these PDF files I have not shown the regulator. Regulator 78M05 is required in both of these projects. This is very important. And all the resistances, even they are just a fake one resistance or one capacitor over there, not anything fancy. So they have to be SMD. Okay, they have to be SMD over here. AVCC and ground will be in the block connector. Yes, beta. AVCC will be input, ground, and VCC will be the output. And yes, of course, of course. AVCC is totally separate, and for the normal operation of this, AVCC is connected with 5 volts. So you don't have to do anything fancy. So that is dependent upon whoever wants to run this controller. So AVCC is another just an input. Sir, pin number 1986, with which header it will be connected? Okay, I don't know which project you are referring to. ADC, let me just see again. ADC, beta Abdullah Sabur, I guess I have given the schematic. ये मैंने भी जो आपके सामने PDF files share किए हैं, this is actually the schematic. Everything is there. सिर्फ wires given नहीं है, everything is there. Pin number 1986, you are referring to pin number 19ADC6. Okay, this ADC6 is what? If you see over here, this is ADC. ADC2 is there, ADC3, ADC4, ADC5, ADC6, ADC0, ADC1. So pin number 19 is only connected with the analog to digital converter over here. Okay, so ADC6 you have to just give it by just one male header and female header over there. Otherwise you can use port C over there, which is already ADC0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So in fact this is actually missing over here. ADC6 I should have shown it with a male header over here. Otherwise it's the same thing. I have shared this PDF file, Abdullah Sabu. I hope you can do this. I think anyone has any issues on this one, we will arrange another meeting. But a JTAG connector is nothing. It's just a female header. Okay, it's just a female header. Sorry, a male header or female header over there. You just have to connect over there the male pins over there so that you can practically connect this controller. The name of that connector has nothing to do with whatever pins. So this JTAG connector is just a male header pin over here, just like this ISP pin or this JTAG pin. So this is just like a male header arranged in 2 rows. So this is 5 pins arranged in 2 rows, so 10 pins actually over here. That's why we call it. We call it JTAG because it is having those pins connected with the microcontroller specific pins. They are TCK, TD0, TMS, VTG, which is actually VCC, and TDI and all those pins on the other side. Beta ADC6 pin, 73 roll number. I am asking that I have actually missed this one over here. You can connect ADC6 pin with a simple male header and female header. Okay, I have actually missed this one over here in the circuit diagram. Okay, because it's not a part of any port. If it was part of port C, then it would have already been used over here. But since it's not a part over here, so this is PC0, PC1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. अब P port C सिर्फ C0 से CC तक है. It is not having C7. So it's just a 7-pin port. So you are going to use 7-pin male header and 7-pin female header. But for ADC6 you will use a male header and a female header, a single pin male header and a single pin female header over here. Yes, better. ADC6 and ADC7 you are going to connect it separately. This is 87 and 86. They will be separate. Okay, I have missed this in the circuit diagram. So I hope this is clear. Some students are joining late, so this is not good. This attendance, I am going to see this attendance. Both beta, both. Wherever there is a male pin, you have to attach a female pin. This is very important. But not for the JTAG connector and ISP. They will be always male pins. So wherever there is a single row male header, you are always going to have a female header also. Okay. So I hope everyone can make something development board like this over here, as you're seeing on the screen. So this is the development board for ATmega 328p and ATmega 128 over here. Now for those who are a little bit into the microcontroller stuff and all that, all male and female headers will be soldered from bottom. Yes, simple. One thing very important, those who are doing the ATmega 328p, maybe let me just amaze you. This is the same microcontroller which is used in Arduino Nano. This is the same microcontroller which is used in Arduino Nano. Okay, so this is just a very simple microcontroller, and you are just developing a different version of Arduino Nano actually. Okay, you are just developing a different version. Okay, in Arduino Nano the pins are not that much available apart from the VCC ground and other things, but otherwise it's the same Arduino Nano microcontroller being used over here. As far as ATmega 128 is concerned, which is actually a 64-pin one, it is not used in any Arduino device, but it can be used in ATmega. It is actually the sister of ATmega 2560 or the Arduino Mega. You normally use the word for. I don't know how many of you are accustomed to Arduino or whatever, but this is the overall. So I hope this is clear. This is a simple PC. What is its advantage to us? Okay. Okay, you are asking somebody. Beta dekho is roll number 73. The point is this thing, since you are just in first year, you have not gone through the microcontrollers and all that. We are actually trying to give you the art of actually designing anything. Now, when you will reach, supposedly this board will be with you when you have done it, and when you will have designed this board over here, supposedly in ATmega 128, you can never connect an SMD on a Vero board. So what this microcontroller board or development board will do, that you can just give supply VCC and ground, connect your programming pins, whatever that JTAG and ISP are going to be there, and you are going to connect them with your programming device. That will be a different thing, and by using your port C, port F or port A or whatever port that are on your over there, you can connect them with your yellow dot matrix or green dot matrix or something, so that you can actually run any interface over there. So you are actually making the pins out of these controllers and making them easily accessible. Okay, so having all the ports separated and using male headers which are having 2.54 mm distance, you are actually making it easy for you to actually run them. Okay, so you cannot have an SMD. This SMD, this ATmega 328p, for those who are using this ATmega 328p, the size of this IC is even less than half of my nail size. You cannot connect a wire over there. This is very important. And the ATmega 128p, it is 128, sorry, not p, ATmega 128, this is even smaller than the 5 rupee coin. The smaller 5, not the larger one, the smaller 5 rupee coin. Okay? In fact, if I don't know how many of you are over there, let me just share one. Let me just share. Okay. This is for 38 pin, and this is ATmega. Okay, so I hope everyone can see this. This is that 5 rupee coin, or I guess 2 rupee coin over there, and this is that soldering I have done it. So the point over here, you are making a different thing. You are not making similar like board. This is just a different board over there. So you are trying to make this accessible so that you can do work. Whenever you are doing work, you cannot have an SMD always and you can solder it with it. So you are making a development board so that you can make it for using of development on your whatever project over there. So this is the same picture. So I hope this is clear. बेटा हम solder कर लेंगे इसको. Don't worry. We will have a session in the lab when the university opens, and you will solder it. Don't worry. I will tell you how the drag soldering can be done, and when this PCB would be. Let's see. I will give 1 week's time to actually make this one, and then maybe like 3-4 days to actually rectify the problems that you are going to have. And it's not 4-in-line package. It's not 4-in-line package. The picture I am sharing at present with you is actually TQFP packaging, that is thin quad flag. I'm zooming in. You can see this is Atmega 128 Atmel IC, and this is 32 pins on this side, 16 pins on this side, 16 on this. So this is 64 pins over here. Okay. I hope everyone can see this now. I've shared this image over here just now. Okay. This is, I guess, a 2 rupee coin, and you can see it's even smaller than that. I don't have the Atmega 328P, but I have another one over here that is, in fact, this is 44 pins, so it's not no use for you. Will the PCB be better? I can't understand what you mean by PTH. Sorry, again, yes, beta, rollover 73, you are exactly true. It has 32 KB data storage, but 8-bit data transfer. 8 is nothing to do with that data transfer, but 8 is actually just a name given because there is 324, there is 328, so they are different ICs. Yes, you can have vias under the SMD, but try not to have them vias under the microcontroller. Don't have under the microcontroller, it will be difficult. Okay, under the microcontroller, that is Atmega 128 or Atmega 328P, do not have any vias over there. You can have vias anywhere. You have a big development board area over here. Okay. So I hope this is clear. Okay, I will upload this recording session. This is approximately 43 minutes recording session, and space of, I'm not giving any size spacing beta. I'm not giving any size spacing of Atmega 60. Atmega 16AU, that is just beta 16 KB. If you are asking for the memory data storage, that is 16 KB. 16 KB, don't compare it with the image size or whatever you are accustomed to. This is something different. This is something very different over here. So when you write a code, you convert that code into binary and then it is converted. In fact, the maximum size of code that I have personally also written in the last 20 or 15-16 years is maximum like 120 KB or something like that. If you are working in not very high level language and you are not using some external libraries, and 16 KB or 32 KB is enough, at least at first year or second year level. This is more than enough. Okay, so I hope this is good. It's larger than Atmega 32 but small space than at, yes बिल्कुल exactly ऐसा ही है. Atmega 32 is not available in SMD actually. Atmega 32 is mostly available actually in DIB package. I've used that one. Okay, 328P has some other capabilities as well. It has, I guess, a very good ADC as compared to Atmega 32.